Hey, I'm Matt, and I'm headed to work, but I want to tell you a little story. All right. So let's say there's this dog. This dog has had a rough life. It's been mistreated. It's been made to do things against its character. I mean, it's had a rough life. You know, the dog walks with a limp. The dog was forced to fight. So now it walks with a limp. Face is kind of torn up. You know, has patches of skin missing. Dog ends up, nobody wants the dog. Dog ends up wandering the streets, because nobody wants the dog. They just look at the dog, go, oh, you're broken, you're messed up. Oh, you were a fighting dog. Even though the dog didn't choose to fight. They're like, oh, you're a fighting dog, you're messed up. Dog ends up in a pound. Someone comes along and gives the dog a chance. Takes the dog home, and the dog loves this person. Dog does everything they can for this person. They become the best dog this person has ever had. Their goal is to be the best dog. And, they do everything. They excitedly greet the person when they're there. They do everything. They make sure they follow all the rules. And then, the dog is outside. It's a beautiful day. And there's a school nearby. And the dog is back there. And these kids walk by and see the dog in the backyard. So they grow and they see how ugly the dog is. And they go, why would anyone want that dog? And they start telling the dog how ugly it is and how messed up it is. And all that. And the dog, just ignores it. And every single day, the kids try to get a rise out of the dog. Then when they can't get it with words, they start screaming at the dog. Just viciously screaming at the dog. Telling the dog what they're going to do to it. And then they start throwing stuff at the dog. And they, just throw stuff at the dog. And then finally day the dog has had enough. And the dog knows it's not going to hurt them. There's a fence between them. The dog knows it's not going to hurt them. And so the dog shows his teeth and gives the loudest bark and the meanest growl the dog has ever had just to tell the kids to back off. Well, it scares the kids, terrifies the kids. So the kids run home and tell their parents. And, there's 3 or 4 different kids. They run home and tell their parents. They don't tell their parents that they've been screaming at the dog, telling the dog that they're going to do all this stuff to it and throwing stuff at the dog. They just tell their parents that there's this vicious dog out there that just showed its teeth and scared them with its bark, and they know that dog could hurt them. They know that dog could hurt them. The dog didn't hurt them, but they know that dog can hurt them, and it scared them. And so their parents, start calling the police, and they start calling the animal catcher, and they start harassing the owner of the dog. You have a vicious dog. You have a vicious dog. The owner's like, well, he didn't hurt anybody. Well, still, your dog scared my kids. Well, what did your kids do? My kids are innocent. They didn't do anything. Next thing you know, the parents start a protest and start a petition. And, and the pressure gets enough to where the homeowner is forced to give up the dog. And the dog goes to the pound for being a vicious dog, even though that dog didn't do anything to anybody, but try to let people know to leave it alone. So that dog gets sent to the pound and gets put down because other people have an opinion about that dog. Okay? Now, why did I tell this story? You might know what a parable is. Okay? That dog is the U.S. service member. That dog is the veteran. Okay? Now other people see that, see that dog and know that dog that the service member has issues and stuff. And that service member just wants to serve. Okay? Chances are that's why they joined the military, was to be a part of something bigger than themselves, so that they could serve, so that they could protect people. then they get hurt. They do stuff that they never thought they would ever have to do, and they get injured, and they have issues, and yes, they get messed up, and they just want to be left alone. You know, they just want to find a job where they can serve. They want to be the best employee. They want to take care of people. They want to take care of people. Guarantee you, if you see a list of first responders at your work, if you have first responders, guarantee you a big part of them will be veterans. Okay? Veterans, we join the military to protect and to serve. That's all we want to do. But then you get people who don't like the fact, oh, this person was trained to kill, and I have to work with them? You're endangering my life. So they start poking at that person and throwing stuff at that person. They start throwing stuff at that person, and they start making snide comments, and they start yelling at that person, and they start getting in that person's face and say, what are you gonna do? Just to try and get a rise out of them. And then they run to their boss and go, well, he snapped at me. He snapped at me. He threatened me by asking me if I'd be more comfortable if someone else worked with them and that they didn't work with me. And that's a threat. How dare them threaten me and ask me if I'd be more comfortable if they worked with someone else? You know, why are we punishing the person who takes abuse day after day after day after day and just shows their teeth to let people know, hey, just leave me alone? Never once threatened anybody, never told anyone they were going to hurt them. All they do is just say, hey, you're not going to talk to me like that, okay? And I come to work, pardon my language, but I've used these exact words. I come to work and do my job, not all that other bullshit, okay? I mean, it's pretty sad when I'm running on a machine and I run over 21,000 pieces of mail from the time we get there to lunchtime. The next guy to me ran just over 9,000 pieces of mail. The other guy ran just over 8,000 pieces of mail. And I run 21,000 pieces of mail. Don't say anything to them. Don't go like, oh, guys, y'all got to pick it up. I do it because it's my job. It's my job to run mail effectively and efficiently and quickly. It's my job. Okay? I don't look down on those other people for me running more than 4,000 pieces of mail more than what they both ran combined. But the whole day they're sitting there snapping at me and saying this stuff and having a conversation for over a half hour, having over a 30-minute conversation while I bring all the mail up. I clear all the jams on the machine, and they have a 30-minute conversation, and then they want to turn around and go, oh, good, the mail's here, and then look at it and goes, oh, what is this shit? What is this shit? And I try to explain to them, well, we don't have that much mail. This is good runnable mail, and it's in a container that's all mixed up. So instead of going through and pulling it out and separating it, it won't hurt us to run it. And then that person bites my head off and wants to engage in an altercation with me. And I turn around, I tell them, okay, I'll shut the bleep up then, and turn around and walk over to my station. That person follows me to my station. Okay, that person follows me to my station and wants to tell me about how much I messed up. And I'm tired of it. I've had stuff thrown at me. I've had people take handfuls of trash and throw it in my face. Okay? And how I reacted, I just stood up, took a deep breath, and say, will you please stop throwing stuff at me? That person blatantly ignored me and in fact went to a supervisor and said that I was harassing them by asking them to stop doing stuff they weren't doing. And I'm like, I want to go to work to do my job and to work, okay? And I'm sorry about the heavy weight of this. I have to get it off my chest, okay? I have to get it off my chest. I go to work, to do my job the best I possibly can, which I want to do my job better today than I did yesterday. And I want to do it better tomorrow than I did today, okay? I want to know everything there is to know about my job. So yes, you are right, individual who said I always have an opinion about something. That is because I want to know what we can and can't do. If we don't have the volume, how can we pick up the volume? Which, right now, they're cutting jobs due to volume. So I am saving your job, my job, and possibly a job for someone else by adding more volume. I'm not doing anything we can't do. Okay? It is good machinable mail that's supposed to be run. Okay? We're just running it on this run to divide it up instead of manually dividing it up. Okay? And I do not want an altercation with anybody. I do not want an altercation with anybody. Okay, how about this? When I was a United States Marine, wearing the uniform of a United States Marine on deployment, there was a guy who wanted to fight me. To the point he would slap me in my face and call me every name in the book to fight me. You know what I did? I turned and walked away because I was sick and tired of mess duty. I was sick and tired of getting stuck in the trash room on the ship. I was sick and tired of having to mop the galley. Swab the deck. I was sick and tired of doing that. And I didn't want to fight. But he used to slap me in the face and I would turn and walk away. Call me a wuss. Call me all that. I don't care. I do not want an altercation. Okay? And plus, y'all are too good of people that I work with to do what it takes to get me in an altercation with you. Okay? To get me in an altercation with you, you have to harm my family. And y'all are too good of people to do that, and y'all aren't going to do that. Okay? There will not be an altercation with myself and another individual at work. Okay? That will not happen. Okay, a physical altercation. I have walked away. And if I don't recall, just a few days prior, this same individual was attacking me, was all pissed off and throwing stuff in the locker room. And I went up to him and says, hey, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Okay? Was it anything I did that I need to fix that upset you? And you said, no, you were just upset. And I said, okay, if you need to talk, I'm here. Okay, I'm not just there to do my job. I'm there to help everyone around me. That's why I'm a first responder at work. That's why the medal that is pinned upon my chest that I love the most is the Humanitarian Service Medal. Okay, that's why the proudest certificate I ever got was a certificate from the head of the military police at Miramar Air Station for me finding a pipe bomb when I was working the Miramar Air Station. That's why that is the proudest piece of thing I have, because it says my actions directly resulted in the safety of thousands of individuals. Okay, I am a protector. I joined the United States Marine Corps to protect and to serve. Okay, I am a protector. I have never once taken anybody's life. I've saved lives. I had a Marine try to commit suicide by hanging. I cut the noose from around his neck and gave rudimentary CPR. Okay? And I was told that my actions could have directly resulted in his life being saved. Okay? I do not want to harm anybody. Nobody. Okay? I never once saw any combat. I never once saw any combat. Okay? And that kills me. I feel like I am a fraud claiming to be a veteran without seeing any combat during a time of war. I was in combat areas, but I never once saw combat. Okay? I got injured and my unit deployed, and when they came back, there were individuals that... I'm the type of person, I always try to step up. Okay? I always try to step up. And there are individuals that got injured, and I think if I was there, I would have gone on that patrol. I would have gone here. I would have been there instead of them. Okay? That is where I feel like I failed as a Marine by not being there. I never once saw combat. Okay? I've been in combat areas. My service record shows that I've been in combat areas. I never once saw combat. I never once had to worry about a mortar raining down on my head. I never once had to worry about getting shot. Okay, I did go on deployment. I did deploy. I got the Humanitarian Service Medal while I was deployed. Okay? Matter of fact, I spent so much time at sea that I have a Sea Service Deployment ribbon with a star attachment, which means I spent so much time at sea, I received 2 of them. Okay? But I do not wish anybody harm. Nobody. There's not a single person on this earth I want to harm. In fact, if I saw my ex-wife's husband passed out somewhere, unconscious, not breathing, I would give him CPR. I would. And that's about as close to an individual as me hating an individual as you can get. Okay? I do not wish harm upon anybody. Anybody. Okay? I don't. I can't do it. I don't wish harm upon anybody. Okay? But at the same time, enough is enough. Stop messing with me, please. Stop messing with me. I am at, like I told you, I am at work to do my job to the best of my abilities. I'm not there for all the other crap. And I apologize for cussing in this video. I'm not there for all the other crap. Okay? And I know there are other service members here going through the same thing I'm going through. Okay? Who they feel like people are baiting them into reacting and then turning around and saying, oh, he's crazy. He's crazy. In fact, I was told yesterday I was crazy and I have issues. My response was, yes, I come to work and do all the work while everyone else just stands around and talks. That's my issue. Oh, I haven't been drinking my coffee. And I'm getting pretty close to work. So, and that sugar-free pumpkin, that sugar-free creamer has a weird taste to it. I'm trying to cut back on the sugar and stuff. I've completely quit drinking soda. I don't drink soda. What I drink, in the order by how much I drink it, is water, coffee, which I drink 1 to 2 cups a day, beer, and then whiskey. And occasionally, I'll drink like a hot toddy when it gets cold and I kind of get congested. But the beer, I bought a 6-pack. Friday was this last payday. I bought a 6-pack the payday before, and this Saturday I finished it. So that 6-pack lasted me over, no. It lasted me over a month. So when I say I drink beer, it's like, if I watch a football game, I'll have a beer. Or I drank one while my wife and I started The Punisher on Friday, and that was the last beer I drank. And then whiskey. My wife got me a bottle of Jameson whiskey, I think around this time last November or something. And I just finished it last month in October. So most of the time I drink whiskey, it's in a hot toddy. Although I have kind of grown fond of a Fireball whiskey with the cinnamon in it. Matter of fact, I'm looking forward to making some hot apple cider with a shot of that in it. Oh, there's an ambulance. I can't see it anymore. But yeah, all I'm saying is I just want to do my job. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. Well, actually, I do want to do more than my job. Okay. And I put it as a personal goal, not a contest, but a personal goal to outwork everybody I'm with. Some days that's easy. Some days it's hard, and I keep looking. I'm like, dang, I hope those guys don't think I'm sandbagging. Because I think what I do is important. Okay? Right now I'm working on the flat sorter area. Some days I'm on a machine. Some days I'm on the manual belt. Some days I'm in the manual case. But basically, if you live in Oklahoma and you have magazines that come through, chances are I've probably touched it. Okay? We sort magazines and newspapers and advertisements and stuff like that. So chances are, and also oversized letters. Not the normal letter size, but the oversized letters we also work. Okay? And I set a goal for myself. Today I want to work harder than I did yesterday. And I don't care, like I told them yesterday. Again, language, okay, because I did spend time in the Marine Corps. Okay, I have had a class on cussing for effect. And I was upset yesterday. Okay? And pardon the language, please, but my exact words to them were, I don't give a fuck what you do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand right here on console number 3, put my headphones in, put my head down, and do my job. Okay? And they just kept on. To the point when the guy told me I was crazy and that I had issues, I told him he can go F himself, and he's not going to talk to me like that. Okay? And then another guy chimed in, because there were 2 of them. Another guy chimed in and goes, what are you going to do about it? And I looked at him right in his eyes and said, I've already told you. I'm going to stand right here on console 3, put my headphones in, put my head down, and do my job. Okay? All I want to do is my job. Okay? All I want to do is my job. Okay? And I even went and apologized to both of those guys. Told them that, you know what, I should have communicated better about the mail. And they were kind of like, oh yeah, well, I'm sorry too. And then I completely forgotten about it. I had completely forgotten about it. Okay? But I felt attacked. I went to my console and they came down to my console. And honestly, I felt trapped because they were both standing there. And I started looking around saying, okay, how can I get out of here? And it just kept on. And, you know, they gave me a couple minutes and they kept telling me to calm down. I'm like, and they go, you need to watch what you say. And I go, why am I the only one that needs to watch what I say? How come I'm the only one that has to watch what they say? Everyone else can say and do whatever they want to me, but I have to watch my actions, but nobody else does. And, you know, I apologize to them. And in fact, the individuals and I were joking around, talking about football, you know. And I you know, I don't get it. But then, next thing I know, the supervisor's supervisor is approaching me, asking me why I'm flipping out on people. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I told him, I was like, they came after me. And I told him exactly what I said and told him what these individuals said and did to me. Of course, that wasn't told to the supervisor. That wasn't told to them. The only thing that was told to them was that I cussed and I raised my voice and that they felt that I was threatening them. Yeah. Me saying, hey, I'm going to stand here on my machine with put my headphones in, put my head down and do my job. That really sounds like a threat. But you know what? If a single individual, even the individual who has been throwing stuff at me and threw stuff in my face, if that individual ever needed help, I would help them. Okay? I would help anybody at my job. Okay? Come on, gate open. I would help anybody at my job. Okay? I may look intimidating with this beard and with the tattoos, but I promise you I am a teddy bear. Okay? In fact, my favorite thing in the entire world to do is lay in bed with my wife and watch a romantic movie or TV show like the Saw franchise or The Punisher. That's a joke with my wife because I found out she'd never watched the Saw franchise. So we started the first movie and watched them all the way through and just laid in bed and snuggled. Not all in one day. This took I think about a week. And then I said, I love laying in bed watching romantic movies with you. And she laughed. So, yeah. But alright guys, I'm at work now. Hardly anyone here today. It's a Sunday. So, again, I apologize about the language. And if you work with a veteran and they seem frustrated and stuff, please just go up to them and say, you know what? Thank you for what you did. Hey, if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. Okay? And I guarantee you that person will appreciate it and they will look out for you. Okay? But don't sit there and treat them like that ugly dog that nobody likes, okay? Just don't do that, please. I'm asking you. We just got done with Veterans Day. Matter of fact, a week ago yesterday. Veterans Day is every day, people. Please think of veteran every single day, okay? If you enjoy freedom, think of veteran. You have the freedom to whine and cry and do all this stuff. Matter of fact, you have the freedom to tell a veteran that they're a piece of crap, okay? You have the freedom to tell that veteran they're a piece of crap because of the sacrifice that veteran made, all right? And I'm not the worst off veteran out there, okay? Yes, my shoulder's messed up. Yes, I have PTSD. Yes, I have a severe depressive disorder because I feel that I did not do everything I possibly could have done while I was in. And also other life things that happened, okay? But I did serve 7 years, or if you want to be technical, there's another veteran there I work with. If you want to be technical, 6 years, 10 months, and 9 days, give or take a few days. But that's why I say 7 years. But, yeah, hey, find the nearest veteran to you and just tell them, be like, hey, thank you for your service. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. So, bye, guys.